So in this video, I am going to show you step by step how to create this dough. Therefore, there will be some long bits where I am mixing in real time so that when you're making this with me, you can really understand how much you're supposed to mix, how much flour you're supposed to add while you're mixing and folding. So if you want to watch this video before you make it, just speed over the parts that are kind of boring and I'm mixing, but when you're making it yourself at home, trust me, you will appreciate mixing, having us mix together so you can see exactly what the dough looks like while it's mixing, exactly what it looks like while it's folding, how much flour you're supposed to add while it's being folded and mixed. Okay, this is recreating Balkan NO KNEAD homemade bread recipe. Simple ingredients. I really love this recipe because if you're a first-time bread maker, it's a very simple recipe. It really doesn't take much kneading, just a couple of folding. And frankly, for me, that's good because I haven't really learned about how when the yeast develops and how much I need to knead and all that. So this is a good starter to making bread, and it's absolutely delicious. So I start off with 450 grams of flour. In a separate bowl, add the flour, add salt to the bottom, you can add garlic powder, which would be really delicious. So the salt is in here, and a tablespoon of yeast in the flour. Mix up the ingredients. Sift this bowl with salt. Get yourself a bowl. Take a nice amount of flour. I like to sprinkle my surface with this later on. So here's my little surface sprinkler and mixer. Lukewarm water. How I describe lukewarm water, it's like when you want to take a bath. It's a little slightly warmer than you would automatically jump in. It's gotta be like a nice bath water temperature. I got a little bit more than a cup. The cup line is right here. So you see that little inch a little bit more. Combining this, mix, mix, mix. You should smell the yeast pretty quickly. Turn it into a nice blob. Combine all the ingredients. Scrape the bowl in a circle. Push, 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 push. Scrape, push, push, push. Scrape all the ingredients. Push, scrape, push, scrape. Okay, so now we have a nice little blob. This is a very sticky dough. As you can see, it's very sticky. So it doesn't stick to the sides. So it's very sticky. So we're just gonna add a pinch, nice pinch. Scrape it in. Okay, so now we're just gonna do this about 30 times. So it's still sticking. Add a bit more. We're going to do this about 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some flour. See, it's sticking. The yeast is sticking right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just a pinch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like I said, about 40 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
I want to know. No.
Flour the surface. So we're just flouring the surface, pulling it apart from the corners, just so that later it's easier to get it out of the pan. So no over flouring here. We're not adding flour to this wet dough. We're just trying to make sure that we can work with it. Push it in, some more flour to the edges, just for dusting. It's very sticky. Okay, so this is what it looks like before it rises. Now we're going to leave it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now I'm going to wrap it in aluminum foil. So this recipe has no sugar in it, which is known to activate yeast. It's just how the recipe is, and it's worked out very well for me. Sprinkle the tiniest bit of flour over so that we can have it release. Now it's time to flour our surface. It's a very sticky dough, so we really gotta make sure every surface that it's gonna touch is covered. Keep your fingers floured. Pull it out, beautiful strands of gluten. Reflour a bit. Pull it. Pull. Lightly flour before we start folding. Okay, so we're going to fold 25 times. So lightly flour your fingers and start to fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's getting quite sticky, so add a little bit of flour. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, it's getting sticky again, so lightly flour. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Form it into a beautiful ball. I'm going to use aluminum foil. I don't have baking paper. I'm just going to flatten this piece out nicely. The slightest bit of a neutral oil. Okay. Add our beautiful bread. Do a couple twists and turns. Add some more flour so that it doesn't stick to our plastic wrap, which we are now going to put over. It still will stick to the plastic wrap, but I'll show you how to take it off it. Do not forget to put the plastic wrap over the proofing because this dough is extremely sticky and it will ruin it. So leave this for about 45 minutes. I will show you what it will look like after the 45 minutes. This is what it looks like after 45 minutes. So I put my oven to preheat at 430. I'm going to leave it until it's done preheating. Just the slightest. Now sometimes it's more sticky, sometimes less. So today I have had some luck. Sticking right at the end. If you have any excess flour, just scrape it off. I've heated up my Dutch oven. I'm going to transfer my loaf. You don't need to use the Dutch oven, but if you have one, preheat it. At this stage, we're going to put it to bake. The temperature was at 430, so before you throw it in, switch it to 395. I'm gonna put it in for 15 minutes uncovered. And then after the 15 minutes, we're gonna cover it with aluminum foil, or in my case, the lid. Bake it for another 30 minutes. So in total, 45 minutes. So you can add butter the last 5 minutes. You can add oil for the nice shine. You can add garlic powder. You can add whatever you want. But I just left it so I can show you what it looks like. Let's cut into this bad boy. Delicious. Look at that. Beautiful. Let cool down and that's it.